Okay, we're back. But I'm already feeling like super tired actually. It feels bad, man. We're waiting on the next match and they don't know what it is. I asked, but we're waiting. Yay, if you give me until the end of May. Oh, dog. I don't know, man. I love your face and I love everything you do, but keeping an emote slot open until the end of May might be a little bit much. Also, yo, how do I deal with this, guys? Got this really awesome tweet from Holly Jacobs. Says, I want to take my virgin. Meet me here. And she apparently watches the Corsair Cup because she's retweeting Corsair Cup tweets. So I mean, golly, I guess I better click that link. There's no way anything bad would happen from a very sexy girl telling me to click this link. You know, here's the thing, right? I went to her profile. I don't get this. I really don't get this. So like, okay, this is a phishing scam. You're trying to get like poor lonely nerds to click these things or whatever, right? But the English is so bad. Like, God, how I want to feel the cock inside yourself. Like, hello? What does that even mean? And then you post this picture with all these sexy girls, and no disrespect to these women, but what is this girl doing? Like, if you're gonna pretend to be somebody, pick the best pictures available, right? I'm virgin, and you? Nah, I'm sorry. I can't. My head. It's so stupid. I don't know who falls for these things. I guess like you find somebody else who barely speaks English and maybe, just maybe you can trick them into clicking it because they don't know better. I don't know. Saki is dead, yeah. Oh, did you clip this? Fucking Bacon Hero, did you clip this? Unfortunately, during the break, guys, I found Saki dead. Oh my god. Today's stream has produced some pretty stupid stuff. That is for sure. Oh, there's a giveaway. I love giveaways, but I hate giveaways that make you sign in with Twitter and tweet shit. A Pokimane autograph, an Instax 9 mini giveaway. What is that, like a camera? Sponsored by Fujifilm. To be honest, I'm not gonna enter this giveaway, even though I got like the biggest crush on Pokimane. Dude, actually, I don't actually care so much about the way she looks. I love her ASMR videos though. It's totes real, guys. I should have clicked the link. Oh, did I misinterpret that? Everyone in chat says it looks trustworthy. Fam, that profile picture is cutting it real close. Oh man, should I have clicked it? Did I goof up by not clicking it? Oh, I could have had a girlfriend. She wants to make me $500 a month. Oh, what have I done? I'm an idiot. I dropped the ball. Actually, yo, I want to tell you guys this amazing an amazing dream hack related story, okay? So, True, I'm going to try and leave the name of the girl out of this because I don't know if that's like cool to mention or not. But True, like Korean pro player True, he was at the Twitch after party, right? And there was a girl there who I'm friends with who was super into True. In fact, she got like super wicked drunk. I don't know if it's just to work up the courage to talk to him or what, but this girl got sloshed trying to get the courage to talk to True. So she goes up to True and throws herself at him, and this is like hands touching all over. Like she is hitting on True about as hard as you can and about as obviously as you can. True is so fucking innocent and ignorant and oblivious to this though. He didn't even realize that this girl was flirting with him, right? So True's just being a nice guy, laughing and smiling and being like the Korean gamer that he is and being super polite. Yeah, I need the invite to this. Invite me! Sorry, make sure we don't miss the invite. Anyways, so you're like, okay, True missed out on one opportunity. That sucks. But she goes back to him again later. And this time I think like Penguin and a couple other folks are around, and the same sort of thing happens where he doesn't know what's happening. Like he's a silly dummy about this, right? So later on, we're back at the hotel. This is like 2 a.m. at night. We're all just kind of like chilling. And True, we're trying to explain to him like, dude, you're so dumb. Like this girl was hitting on you. Like you should have gone for it. And he has this like really sad realization. Like he hangs his head low and he's like, oh. So we taught True the phrase dropping the ball. This is a phrase, I guess, like even when translated, doesn't make sense in Korea. So we we taught True the phrase dropping the ball with this girl in mind for context. And then True, the saddest thing I've ever seen out of a pro gamer, says, oh, I dropped the ball twice? And we're all like, yeah, because we think he means like both times with this girl. He's like, one with girl and then versus Nurchio. Like, it was just so sad. We could only awkwardly laugh at it. Oh, fucking True. It was a heartbreaking, sad thing. 47, it says BaseTradeTV. I have a convention next week. I can get it done the week after though. You know what, dude? I actually have an emote I want to ask from the channel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna fill that new emote slot we just unlocked with something stupid, but I can totally keep one on reserve for you whenever you have that spare time a little bit later. That's probably how we'll roll with it. Because there's a couple of emotes that get used literally twice a month that we're gonna get rid of. And I know that in doing so, some people who never use the emotes will get up in arms and be like, but Rifkin, we love that emote. But Rifkin, whatever. Bring back Ace Gorman. Am I right, guys? Okay, it's the winner's match in Group E. Spotty here at the bottom left. It's going to be the blue Protoss Neeb. The camera locked. One sec. There we go. His opponent on the other side of the map, in the lower right, going to be the red Zerg Lambo. And I'm just going to just stretch real quick because this could be a tough one for Lambo. Neeb is really good at this matchup, I feel. There's very few things that phase him, combined with whatever racial balance points you want to make. So I think that this is a series that, as good as Lambo is, he is absolutely the underdog, and he's the one who's going to have to work the hardest for it. That being said, though, I would say, like, Lambo, in my opinion, has a better chance of beating Neeb than Namshar does, just on average skill and average gameplay. But that being said, that's still not that high of a number, right? Like, it's going to be tough. Neeb always plays pretty much the same way, though. If he's not going for a Stargate opener, he hits you with a lot of adepts early on. The only variation we really see in his play is whether his mothership core is timed earlier or later. And that's where I feel like there are openings when you fight against Neeb. Neeb, actually, for as good as he is, he does have some very obvious, I don't know if flaw is the right word, but like he has openings, like chinks in his armor, so to speak. And for example, a lot of the times we'll see him lose to an aggressive build because he skipped out on his mothership core. He will like immediately do mothership core in game 2 instead of like putting it off. So there's certainly areas where he cuts corners, and that's where I think he could and should be punished by most players. But I don't know if Lambo is really going to be looking for any of that. I think it's like my True story. Yo, True is actually a hilarious dude to hang out with. Penguin, I won't tell too many stories about Penguin because it would be ungentlemanly of me to do, but Penguin also got like super duper duper drunk, and some of the stuff he was shouting at True, because they're teammates, for those who don't, they live together. Some of the stuff he was shouting at True while he was drunk was just like the stupidest, best things you could hear one player yell at another player whilst inebriated. Rifkin, do you use a keyboard when you play StarCraft? That mouse looks like it has more than enough buttons on it. No, I actually don't even have a keyboard. Corsair only sponsored me halfway. They're like, look, we're gonna give you a headset and a mouse, but you get no keyboard for us. and you're also not allowed to use any other keyboards. So a lot of the times when you guys see me screwing around, it's because I'm having trouble not having a keyboard. It makes it very difficult to... Of course I have a keyboard! I know it was a trolly question, but it was a stupid question. Yo, Ace IDK is like my favorite new emote. It wasn't even intentional. I was just trying to make like a silly, stupid emote. But it works in both of this like suspicious sort of glare combined with like, just looks high as fuck. But yo, this is one of those things I like about Lambo. He's willing to try things that are a bit different, and I wasn't paying attention because I was totally reading chat. We didn't see the Overlord morphing in. But there's just so many Lings making it to the main. This is what I'm talking about. Neeb skips out of the mothership core more often than not. If Lambo knows that, this is specifically why he's taking advantage of it, then that is super sick. But a minor harass to the front of the base while these Lings get over to the main, he's a little bit tentative to go in. Man, I almost wish he would have surrounded that Nexus, to be honest with you. But the Adepts in the mineral line and Neeb are really well defending this. The Lings that went southward, or excuse me, to the natural, ended up falling short. It takes Lambo so long to actually get around the Adepts to get the surround. He's actually not caused anywhere close to enough damage for this, and most of the Lings have been exhausted. Considering how many he brought up into this, he's already lost 23, and he's only gotten a small amount of return for this. He's going to get another Adept over here, which would be nice. If we could open the doorway to the base, that would be best. There's not going to be another overcharge for a considerable amount of time, so he goes for a surround on the rest of the Adepts. The probes get pulled back into this. They're going to try and help defend the Adepts. And looks like they're going to pull that job off, no problemo. But more Lings are on the way, and these Adepts are kind of low from these first couple of attacks. So, I don't know if Lambo can keep this up. His momentum just isn't there. If he broke down the front door, if he didn't have to rely on this Overlord, he might just be able to walk in, but... I think he's going to fall short. I think this is just falling flat. And Lambo, I think with the amount of Lings he had, if he had gone all to the natural, or maybe all to the main, instead of splitting himself up in half and half the way he did, I think maybe he could have got more damage done. But that's hard to say. That's speculation at best. Lambo's a really good player, and he knows what to do, but this just did not work out for him. It's a slow maneuver around the side to try and come back towards the main, and I can respect that. A Bailey Nest comes out. He's going to try and bust down that front door and try and flood in behind it, but with sentries now on the way, I don't know that that's going to work. Lambo has a considerable amount of army, don't get me wrong, but it's Lings versus Adepts and sentries, and classically speaking, Lings don't win out versus Adepts and sentries, not when protected by some SimCity too. Inebriated. 47ness. You've been watching the stream too long, man. Your brain's been infected with dad jokes and bad puns. But yo, this might actually work out. He finds the Adepts transfer in the middle of the map. The Baileys can hit off over here, and if he kills the army, then there's nothing at home to defend. And those are some really good Bailey connections. He tries to get the transfer away. A lot of the Adepts that do escape are going to have almost no health. Yeah, it's pretty low. Front line, those force fields are going to be imperative at stopping the front door bust. It's not that many Banelings, mind you, but there's enough to take down those pylons, and if those pylons go down, then this gets really bad really quick. The Banelings try to walk in, but the force field does deny them. Two of them pop off. More Banelings on the way behind this, but still, Neeb's moving on to Stargates behind this. Huh. I didn't even catch that till just now. I wonder if that's even going to work. I guess a couple of Void Rays or Oracles could be fantastic, but force field goes down once again. Lambo's denied. Overcharge is popped. That's it. That's game. Map number 1 goes to Neeb. Keep in mind, of course, this is the winner's match, so if Lambo were to lose this, he's not out of the group by any means. He would just simply be out of the winner's match. I don't know if I missed this, but thank you, Twisted Death, apparently 20 minutes ago. Hit us up with a 5-month resub saying BaseTradeTV for life. Cool. I'm glad you're so hyped on the channel. A derpling would have a face. Yo, I need to think of a good emote. So one thing I kind of want to do is, like, I see a lot of other channels with those combo emotes. There's like 4 of them, right? And someone suggested we do like a mind blown emote, kind of like Evo has. I kind of want to do like a mind blown 4 combo emote. We'd have to axe out like 3 other emotes to make that happen. I don't know if I want to do that. The cool thing is, though, it looks like in another 200 subscribers, we'll have another emote slot unlocked. Hey. On our way to the big time. But map 2 in a best of 3 kicks off in the top left. He's up 1-0. It's Neeb, and I'm on the wrong screen. Awesome. Hold on. Woo! It's Neeb! The bottom right, Lambo. Oh, great. Great camera work. All right, we'll leave that broken for a second because Visit34 says, being a popular streamer. Oh, he thinks I'm popular. That's, being a popular streamer, how do you handle all the repetitive questions? Well, there's really 2 ways to handle repetitive questions. Like, for example, this one. One is you can be sarcastic and condescending about it. 2 is you can answer it genuinely and sincerely. I don't think I really get mad at repetitive questions unless they're particularly trolly ones, like, huh, hey Rifkin, did you bang zombie grub yet? Yo, Rifkin, why are you so fat? You know, like, those ones are dumb and I just don't even read them. And when we do read them, we just ignore them. But honestly, I don't mind answering questions. I like to think of it like this, in terms of the viewer, right? You've come to the channel for the first time. You haven't heard my answer to this question the 400 times you've heard it before. So I might not actually even answer the question because I have had to answer it so many times, and our viewers don't want to hear me constantly answer, I love cats, I love cats, I love cats. No pineapple on pizza, I love cats. Because they've heard it before themselves. But after seeing it like a few times, I'll certainly consider answering those questions or even reading them out on stream because, I mean, after a while, it's like, okay, if 5 people are asking this, that's 5 brand new faces who don't know the answer. It's actually a lot like casting the game. Not that I know how to do that. But it's something where you see so many of these builds and so many of these openers the exact same way. Like, I'm going to be honest, casting Zest is so boring sometimes. Once in a while, he'll pull out some really cool stuff. But for the most part, he opens the same way. He doesn't vary in his build. And it's always the same timings. So there's not a lot to talk about. So it's when we start talking about other things and topics get silly and different. And that's why, I guess, kind of like when these questions come up, I sometimes answer them in a bit more of a silly manner just because it's the only way to stay sane. Did you get to chat with Neeb after he won Austin? No. So Meg Xavier, if you missed it, I actually had to put a video out. I was heartbroken. I didn't even get to attend day 3 of DreamHack at all. So I missed hanging out with a lot of friends and stuff. I was actually quite sick for that entire trip. So we did our casting on day 1 and day 2, and I toughed it out. But day 3, I just zonked out. I was gone. Slept for like 9 hours and woke up in time to barely make it to the after party. So I at least got to do that. But yeah, I didn't get to talk to anybody after winning and losing on that final day. It was a little bit disappointing because I know I wanted to. But anyways, I guess Q&A over as the game does actually start to shape up a bit. Now Neeb throws down a Stargate once more. It's not down here to the south. It's not something he's trying to hide. It's not going to be like awkwardly barely scouted, and Lambo knows exactly what's up. So we'll probably see some Spore Crawlers come down, if not some extra Queens. Oh god, this is going to become copy pasta, isn't it? Rifkin is a popular streamer. How to deal with repetitive questions. Rifkin is a popular streamer. How to deal with repetitive questions. Okay, well, you guys got my answer, so don't really have another one. I didn't come prepared for this test. All I can tell you is that my mom got me a brand new laptop, and it's overheating. I'd appreciate if you guys would stop typing in chat, because the more you type, the hotter it gets. And I don't want to break this laptop my mom got me. Oracle's actually going to find a queen a little bit out of position, and because she's off creep, might be able to get a kill on it. Yeah, nice. And fly away. This time, I'm not going to lose that Oracle. Not to disrespect Neeb, but it was unfortunate watching some sloppy play out of him before. Granted, still won, and I think he's actually flawless in the group, right? 2-0 into a 1-0 into what is possibly another 2-0. Could be a really awesome group for him. But for those who don't know about the TaKeTV Penthouse stuff, just a quick reminder while this attack kicks off, there is going to be another day tomorrow, starting at the same time it did today. Now, some of you tuned in and saw me start casting around 10 o'clock a.m. but Pacific, but it actually starts around 3. Zomgrab did a lot of that with, I think, Maynard, and then she ended up solo casting. So we should both be on the call for tomorrow, I think. I refuse to ask Rifkin as a pipe this streamer, how do you deal with repetitive questions? Thank you. Thank you for refusing. I mean, I guess it's not technically copy paste if you add to it. That's how fair use works, I think, actually. But yeah, the Adept's actually not getting that much done. With 2 Oracles good to go, I really thought 6 Adepts could have done a considerable amount more, but he's laying down some stasis traps. This is going to be so cool. If he baits the links to the stasis trap and then shades through to kill drones or something, I would love to see that happen. I'm actually really stoked to see some players, like specifically Neeb, play on the new maps. If you guys missed it, I'm going to reference this like very specific game. It was on the new map Sequencer back when the map test tournament had begun. And it was Neeb versus Nurchio. Neeb was on his last life in the series, and by all means should have lost to Nurchio with like a 3-0 or whatever the score was at the time. I don't remember actually. I think it was best of 7s. Maybe it was a 4-0. But he had the sickest stasis traps that let him not just come back and win, but like reverse on Nurchio pretty hard. So like if you want to see good stasis traps, like amazing stasis traps, go look up that game on YouTube. That was like the bomb diggity. But this little move's been a little bit more popular. It'll trap a lot of the drones. Get some of the gas money ones too. Oh boy, that's annoying. This one's not as effective, but this certainly messes up with the income for a bit of time. And that's a cool use of the oracles. Moving a spot with the streamer, how do you deal with oracles? I bitch and moan about them because I'm tearing and my Widow Mines never seem to hit. Although, yo, it boggles my mind. You see like these like GSL code-ass like championship Terrans, like you'll see innovation just put like a Widow Mine like down here in the middle of nowhere, no path in God's name that an Oracle should ever fly over, yet somehow in that GSL match an Oracle will fly over it. Meanwhile, I'm playing at home, I'm playing on my ladder, I'm playing on my low league master stuff. I'll try and put a Widow Mine. I'll put 7 Widow Mines in my main, and I won't hit the Oracle that comes in. Like, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm gonna get tilted. I'm already tilted. Why are we counting in chat? The fuck's going on here? Guys, my laptop is overheating really hard right now. I need you to stop, okay? What are you counting at 25? Ah, please don't get me burned, guys. Lurkers on the way to Lambo. Lurkers, Banelings. That's a really big that's a really big gas sink, actually. I don't know that I necessarily like it, but Neeb actually doesn't have the immortal count to just walk in through the front door and oh god, oh my god, he's getting wrecked by the Archon. Well, that was a nice catch. He's gonna have to be on the other side of the map though, unless he wants to turn this into a base trade. Neeb's the one out of position for this, and I was gonna say he doesn't actually have enough to deal with the lurkers right now. Lambo's attack might just be too good, and if this is something that's gonna be a base trade, I actually favor Lambo quite significantly in said trade. There's only one observer for Neeb, I believe. If this gets picked off, it's gonna be pretty easy to let those lurkers go to town. With the Cybercore going down, there's no Adepts that'll be coming into play, but we actually haven't seen many Adepts out of Neeb in general. It's been primarily Zealot, more Zealot, but the gateways go down. We got a Time Warp coming into play to help with what it can. He's supply block too. He did let a couple units go off on the other side of the map, but while this goes on, I don't see an easy way for him to deal with these lurkers. The Immortals, of course, come in, but their barriers are already popped, so they're not going to be able to last very much longer. You'll blast away a couple of the lurkers, but losing the Nexus, losing control of the natural base, and Lambo could still just run through to the main. Lurkers have got a pretty solidified spot at the top of the ramp, but the Immortals do go down. Archon's being held at bay. 4 more Immortals on the left side. Looks like Lambo is going to get cleaned up, especially by the Oracles. But this traded out really well, and Neeb's army is not standing strong after this. Wow. When did our chat become like Forzen's chat today? What are you guys doing? Let's just start playing some Smash Mouth in the background if you don't stop it. I swear to God. Oh, people are actually commenting on my Oracle rage. Fully understand that is just low level ladder rage, guys. That's no commentary on the Oracle. Oh my god. Alright. You know what? You guys asked for it. Emote only mode. It's the only way to stop my laptop from overheating. It's absolutely absurd that you guys would be so malicious to basically pull off the equivalent of text swatting me by typing so much like that. Like, goddamn, I'm just trying to cast a game. Y'all gotta treat me like that. Just burn up my legs. You see 2 giant red spots on my... Probably black spots, actually, with how fucking hot it got from that. Jesus. Anyways, nice little Bailey run by. It's about 10 probes, not bad. Lambo's army supply, though, it's not enough to overwhelm. There's a lot of immortals still left over from the first fight, and the first few lurkers go down almost immediately. Revelation's a really nice move. The Oracle, there's no chance. Excuse me, not the Oracle. The Observer was not going to live. Not with these Hydras on that front line, too. What is this, like, golden Nate Kaplan in chat? Sir is where it's at. Zealots will trade out, though. Neeb's not, he's not just taking this. Like, I love what he's doing behind it. The fact they got around the map with some Zealots, tries to run by, drives off the base, might even kill enough of the army to just make that trade worthwhile. But while this goes on back on the other side of the map, he still hasn't dealt with the lurkers. That long range those lurkers have takes out that pylon. 9 range. Man, there used to be a hive upgrade that would upgrade that range to 13 too. Thank God that doesn't exist. But alright, gets broken in half. Like Bane snapping Batman over the back of his knee. Neeb pushes through this with relative ease. He still has the Warp Prism on the other side of the field. And he's ready to start warping Zealots into that base once again as soon as Neeb starts distracting with the main army up here. Wow, who's writing a Villo in chat? You can't write a Villo in chat. It's a banned word. Stop it. God damn it, chat today. I'm gonna call Twitch 911 if you guys. I put on emote only mode. You still found a way to write? I don't appreciate cheaters. Blunderful guy says somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, Neeb starts coming and he doesn't start coming. Back to the rules and he hits the ground running. Didn't make sense to fight with him. 2-0. Okay, whatever. 2-0. Yay, go Neeb! Woo! Top of the group. Next up is going to be the losers match between Namshar and Optimus in a TvZ. Going to go to a small ad break before we get into it, and we'll see you guys soon.